Hi everybody, Mark Kirby again. I want to talk about the mini project for Accounting 151A, specifically the first one. As you know, there's two projects, but today we want to talk about just the first one that's due after Chapter 6. The mini projects are really intended to be a hands-on experience or practice for you using the accounting concepts we've learned in class. But in this case using more of a real-world example where there's more data. The first mini project, like I said, is in the book. It's at the end of Chapter 6. If you have the 13th edition of the book, that's on page 186, I believe it is. Either way, it's right at the end of Chapter 6. The entire project is in the book. So you don't have to go look somewhere else for other information or look things up. The whole question, all of the activity for you to analyze are there in the book. The instructions are there, they're pretty complete. They list the transactions for you to analyze. After you analyze the transactions, and there's 20 of them or so, you're going to post them to the general ledger, and then you will you'll post them to the general journal first and the general ledger second, just the way you would do it in a real manual accounting system. After you post all the transactions to the general ledger, I want you to go ahead and prepare a trial balance and prove that your ledger is in balance. That's also in the instructions. Then we're going to jump in and tackle some adjustments. Those are the things we learned about in chapters 5 and 6. So you're going to do some adjustments, and then once you do the adjustments, your trial balance will become a worksheet. That's in chapter 6. Post all the adjustments to the worksheet. When you're done, calculate the ending balances for all of your accounts and complete the worksheet. When you're done with the worksheet and you know that it's in balance, the instructions are to go ahead and prepare the 3 financial statements. Remember the order of the financial statements. Always do the income statement first, statement of owner's equity is second, and the balance sheet is always third. If you run into problems while you're working on this and you end up out of balance or something doesn't work, I posted a guide to some common problems. That's in Blackboard. You can go through and read that, and it'll give you some help, and hopefully it'll help you find your mistake. The project should take you between 6 and 12 hours to complete. I know it's a little longer than most homework, but it is a project that's comprehensive for all of chapters 1 through 6. If you have questions, you come by my office before class. I'll help you out during my office hour. Remember, my office is in the classroom. I will not give you the answer. I will help you with the problem. I will talk you through it and help you as much as I can, but I will not just outright give you the answer. The other thing I want you to know, and I think we talked about this before, feel free to work on it in groups. I think that there's some great learning that occurs when you can help each other out. Maybe one of you will know a piece of it and you'll help the others, and someone else will know and be able to help you in return later. Just remember, when you turn in your work, it's got to be your own work. Just because you work in a group doesn't mean that your report that you turn in should look exactly like everyone else's in the group. This is indeed supposed to be your own work. I want you to treat it as such, and I will treat cheating on this or copying on this exactly like I do with an exam, and you know how that goes. So let's see what else. When you do the mini project, remember that you're turning in a finished accounting report. The report needs to include all of your work from the general journal, general ledger, through the trial balance and the financial statements. You can do the work on any type of paper that you want to use, whether it be regular line paper, or you can go out and get an accountant's ledger pad. You can do it in Excel if you want. As a matter of fact, I've put on Blackboard a template in Excel that you can download and use to do it in Excel, or you can just print the sheets out and fill it in by hand. For some reason I have a lot of students do that. Do whatever works best for you. Okay? Remember when you start the project that you are doing accounting work for a company that already exists. And what does that mean? the accounts will have, your permanent accounts will have beginning balances. So you have to populate the beginning balances or post the beginning balances into your accounts when you start in your general ledger. You don't do that in your general journal, remember, you do it in the general ledger. The book lists the chart of accounts that you're going to use. That's on page 187. Let's see, the book tells you to get the beginning balances from page 166. Please note that those balances are the post-closing balances from the prior month, so that you don't have to worry about calculating the ending retained earnings for the prior month. If you have the 12th edition of the book, it doesn't give you post-closing trial balance on that page. You have to actually calculate the ending owner's equity from the prior month so that you can start with a general ledger that's in balance. Okay? Finally, remember, it's a formal report you're turning in. It should be neat. It should look professional. Treat it as if you just got your first job. This is the first assignment they've given you, and you're out to impress your boss. Okay? That would be me, by the way. Good luck on the project. I hope you all do well. If you have any questions, come by my office hour. I'm more than happy to help you, see if we can figure out where you're stuck and get it fixed. If you are pressed for time, well, start early, but if you get pressed for time and your question becomes, do I do the project or do I do the homework? Or do I study for the second exam? Do the project. If you can do the project, you should do fine on the exam, and the project is just a bigger example of the homework anyway. So it's much more like what you'll see on the exam. So if you do the project, understand it, and do well, you should do well on the exam. Again, good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.